You're 12 years old. Your grandmother hands you $1,000. She says it's for college. You're supposed to save it. Be responsible. Do what 12-year-olds are told to do. But you take that money and buy something called Bitcoin. Nobody's heard of it. It's $12 per coin. Your teacher told you last week you'd end up working at McDonald's. 8 years later, you're a millionaire, and you never went to college. This is Erik Finman, and this is the craziest bet a 12-year-old ever made. May 2011. Erik Finman is 12 years old, growing up in rural Idaho. He's bored in school, struggling, not because he's dumb, because he's restless. Teachers don't know what to do with him. One teacher pulls him aside and says, "You should just work at McDonald's. You're not going anywhere." That moment broke something in Erik. Not his spirit, his tolerance for following the script everyone else accepted. His older brother tells him about this thing called Bitcoin, digital money, no banks, no government, pure code. Erik goes to an Occupy Wall Street style protest and hears people talking about it, the revolution, the anti-system currency, the future. He doesn't fully understand it, but he understands rebellion. He understands betting against people who tell you what you can't do. And Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the ultimate middle finger to the system. Erik's grandmother gives him $1,000. It's meant for college, a traditional gift for a traditional path. But Erik doesn't want traditional. He takes that $1,000 and buys Bitcoin. 83 coins at roughly $12 each. His parents find out, they're furious. "You just gambled your college fund on internet money? Are you insane?" Erik makes a deal. He looks his parents in the eye and says, "If I can turn this $1,000 into $1 million before I'm 18, I don't have to go to college." His parents think it's impossible. A 12-year-old turning 1,000 into $1 million in 6 years? They agree because they think he'll learn a lesson about reality. They have no idea what's about to happen. For the next 2 years, Erik watches. Bitcoin isn't stable. It moves. $10, $20, $50, back to $30, up to $100. People are calling it a scam, a bubble, worthless internet tokens that'll disappear. Erik's friends think he's crazy. His teachers think he wasted his grandmother's gift, but Erik holds. Then 2013 happens. Bitcoin hits $200, then $400, then $800, then over $1,000. Erik's 83 coins are suddenly worth over $80,000. He's 15 years old. Most 15-year-olds are worried about getting their driver's license. Erik is watching his net worth swing tens of thousands of dollars a day. Here's where most people would cash out. Take the win. Prove everyone wrong and walk away rich. Erik doesn't. He takes $100,000 worth, just enough, and does something unexpected. He starts a company, Botangle, an online education platform, video tutoring, built by a 15-year-old who hated school so much he wanted to replace it. He's not just holding Bitcoin, he's using it as fuel to build things. Erik drops out of high school at 15. His parents are terrified. The deal was to become a millionaire, not to throw away your education before you even finish it. But Erik sees something they don't. School is the old system. Bitcoin is the new one. And he's not going to learn what he needs in a classroom in Idaho. He moves to San Francisco, the heart of tech. 15 years old, no high school diploma, running a startup funded by cryptocurrency profits. This is insane by every conventional measure. And it's working. Botangle grows. He's meeting investors, making connections, living the life his teachers said was impossible. But the real wealth isn't in Botangle. It's still in Bitcoin. Because while Erik sold some to fund his company, he held most of it. And Bitcoin kept climbing. By 2017, Erik isn't just holding 83 coins anymore. He's accumulated more, trading, reinvesting profits. By his late teens, reports say he's holding over 400 Bitcoin. 400! 2017, Bitcoin goes parabolic. $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Erik turns 18 in the middle of this surge. His original 83 coins from 2011 worth over $800,000 at $10,000 per coin. But he has 400 coins now. The math is staggering. He's officially a millionaire, before 18, just like the bet. He calls his parents. I win, no college. They can't argue. Their son, the one teachers wrote off, the one who dropped out, the one who bet on internet money when he was 12, he's a millionaire, self-made, before he can vote, before he can legally buy alcohol, before most people figure out what they want to major in. Media picks up the story. Forbes, Business Insider, The Guardian, the teenage Bitcoin millionaire, the kid who turned $1,000 into millions. Erik becomes a celebrity in crypto circles, the living proof that one early bet, one conviction, one refusal to listen to everyone telling you no, can change everything. By 2019, Erik is 21 years old. Reports say he's holding 446 Bitcoin, at that time worth over $3 million. By 2021, at 22, he still has over 400 coins. Bitcoin hit $60,000. Do the math. That's over $24 million from a 12-year-old's $1,000 bet.
But here's the truth most headlines miss. Erik didn't just buy and hold perfectly. He sold some at 15 to start Botangle. He traded. He accumulated more. He reinvested. This wasn't passive holding. It was active conviction. The difference between Erik and everyone who bought Bitcoin early and sold too soon isn't that Erik never sold. It's that Erik never stopped believing. He also made mistakes. Botangle didn't become the next big thing. Some investments failed. Bitcoin crashed multiple times. In 2018, it dropped from 20,000 to 3,000. Erik's net worth on paper dropped millions. Most people would panic. Erik kept holding. Because the bet wasn't about getting rich quick. It was about proving the teacher wrong. About proving the system wrong. About being free. Today, Erik Finman is 27 years old. He's invested in multiple crypto and fintech startups, runs a political action committee focused on science and technology. He's a public figure in the crypto world. Some people think he's a visionary. Others think he's just a lucky kid who got good timing. Erik doesn't care, because he won the bet. He still holds Bitcoin. Not all of it. He's used profits to build things, invest, live life. But he never fully cashed out. Because to Erik, Bitcoin isn't just an investment. It's ideology. It's the proof that you don't need permission. You don't need a degree. You don't need adults to approve your path. You just need conviction and the courage to ignore everyone telling you you're wrong. So what do you learn from a 12-year-old who became a millionaire before 18? Lesson 1. The best investments feel insane at the time. Bitcoin at $12 seems stupid. Internet money? No government backing? Scam, right? The investments that change your life are the ones everyone else thinks are crazy. If everyone agrees it's a good idea, you're already too late. Lesson 2. Conviction beats intelligence. Erik wasn't a financial genius. He was 12. But he believed, and he held through doubt, through crashes, through everyone calling him stupid. Intelligence tells you what to buy. Conviction tells you when to hold. Conviction is rarer and more valuable. Lesson 3. Use gains to build, not just consume. Erik could have bought cars, clothes, status symbols. He bought a company, built something, used crypto profits as fuel for creation. That's how you turn one win into a lifetime of wins. Lesson 4. The system is optional. Teachers said college or McDonald's. Erik chose neither, built his own path, made millions. The script you're given isn't mandatory. It's just the default for people who don't write their own. Lesson 5. Timing matters, but so does not quitting. Yes, Erik got in early, but thousands of people bought Bitcoin at $12 and sold at $100, at $1,000, at $10,000. Erik held to $60,000 and beyond. Early access is luck. Holding is discipline. Lesson 6. One bet can change everything. Erik made one decision at 12 that defined his entire life. $1,000, 83 coins. That's it. You don't need 100 bets. You need one right bet and the courage to let it play out. Erik Finman is worth millions today because a 12-year-old ignored adults. A teacher told him to work at McDonald's. He bought Bitcoin instead. His parents wanted him in college. He moved to San Francisco and built companies. The system said follow the path. He built his own. You don't need to find the next Bitcoin. You need to find the one thing you believe in that everyone else dismisses. Then you need to hold it through doubt, through crashes, through people calling you stupid, because the biggest returns don't come from following the crowd. They come from being early, being right, and refusing to sell when everyone says you should. Erik made a bet at 12, won it by 18, and never looked back. The question isn't whether you can find an opportunity like that. The question is whether you'd have the guts to hold it when everyone's telling you you're wrong. The teacher was wrong, the system was wrong, and the 12-year-old with $1,000 and a dream was right. Start looking for your Bitcoin, then hold it like your future depends on it, because it does. Subscribe if this rewired how you see risk. Comment what you're holding that everyone thinks is crazy. Let's prove them wrong together.